Welcome back, everybody. I hope you all had a happy Halloween over the weekend. Today we start a new month, November. In November, in America, we celebrate Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is mainly about love. Love for the blessings that God has given us from above. In America, we have a lot of reasons to be thankful. So each week this month, we're going to be talking about thankfulness and thanking God for what He has done for us. Today, we will discuss our health, our bodies, and thank Him for a healthy body that works well and that is not sick very often. All right, let's get started. Okay, as usual, we want to start off our lesson with the motto for this season. You can sum it up in 4 words. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. That's the short version. But we get that attitude from the Bible verse, Philippians 4, 6 through 7. Philippians 4, 6 through 7. So read the first verse with me. Don't repeat after me, read it with me. Because this is week 8, so I think you know these words enough to read with me. Don't worry about anything. No matter what happens, tell God about everything. Ask and pray and give thanks to Him. That's verse 6, so let's read it again together. Don't worry about anything. No matter what happens, tell God about everything. Ask and pray and give thanks to Him. Okay, so let's go over Philippians 4, 7. The first sentence we have done, we'll do it slowly. This is where you repeat after me. Then God's peace will watch over your hearts and your minds. One more time. Then God's peace will watch over your hearts and your minds. Now let's go to the last sentence. He will do this because you belong to Christ. Again, He will do this because you belong to Christ. And one more time. He will do this because you belong to Christ. Okay. You've done a great job memorizing this verse along with me. We are almost done, and I hope this helps you hide His word in your heart. Now is time to go over our homework from last week. Last week we talked about jobs or occupations. So if you have the homework but did not finish it, then press pause, finish the worksheet, and then press play. If you have finished the worksheet or you do not have one at home, you can follow along with us right now as we finish it together. Ready? Here's the worksheet. All right, it has a part at the bottom, the listening part. You did not have to do. We will do that in a minute after we finish the top part. So here's part A. On this side, we have a job or an occupation. And on this side, we have the actions that person does while on the job. So let's see how much you remember from last lesson. Number 1 is done for us. A carpenter repairs buildings. So repeat after me. A carpenter repairs buildings. Do you remember anything else that a carpenter does? They build houses, they chop wood, they can build furniture like tables. So that's a carpenter. Number 2, a painter, well, this one should be kind of easy, paints. Sorry. A painter paints. They paint houses, they paint your walls inside, your doors, or a painter can paint paintings. Number 3, a mechanic. Fixes cars. So repeat after me. A mechanic fixes cars. Number 4, a truck driver. A truck driver drives a truck. A taxi driver drives a taxi. A bus driver drives a bus. Number 5, a secretary or an admin or a receptionist or an assistant. Types. A secretary types. What else does a secretary do? She uses a computer. He answers the phone. They might type up messages or take messages. They greet people at the front door of your business. Okay, secretary. Number 6, a baker bakes. Not too complicated. A baker bakes. They bake a cake, bread, desserts, all kinds of good things. 7, a bus driver. Oh, we already went over this, didn't we? A bus driver drives a bus. Number 8, a teacher. A teacher teaches. I am a teacher and I teach English. Number 9, a plumber fixes sinks. A plumber can also fix any pipe in your house. So a plumber fixes toilets. A plumber fixes your bathtub or your shower. A plumber can fix your dishwasher. Sometimes a plumber can fix your washing machine or your hot water heater. Anything with pipes. Number 10, A taxi driver drives a taxi. All right, let's move down to this part. I will say the action in the photo or in the picture. I will say the action in the picture, and you write it in the order. Oh. I will say an action in one of these pictures. You will look for the picture and write a number in the order in which I say it. So if the first thing I will say is a bus driver drives a bus. So that is why there is a 1 here. It's already done for us. A bus driver drives a bus. So I said that one first, so that one is number 1. Number 2. A truck driver drives a truck. Which one of these pictures shows a truck driver? This one right here. 2. Here's a big rig, an 18-wheeler. It's a huge truck. Number 3. A painter paints the wall. Right here, number 3. Number 4. An admin answers the phone. An admin answers the phone. Here's number 4. If you remember, admin is another term that we use for secretary or assistant or receptionist. Number 5, a baker bakes a wedding cake. A baker bakes a wedding cake. Right here. It's a wedding cake because it has many, many layers. 1, 2, 3 layers. Usually it means a wedding cake. Although maybe this is just a fancy cake. Usually a wedding cake has the bride and groom on it. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe this is not a wedding cake. But it is a fancy cake. And it is the only cake on there. Number 6. The teacher reads a book. Right there. That is the only picture of someone reading. A teacher reads a book. Number 7, a carpenter cuts wood. A carpenter cuts wood. Right there. You could also say a carpenter saws wood in half, because this tool is called a saw. And he goes back and forth until the wood is in 2 pieces, until it is in half. So a carpenter saws the piece of wood in half. And then number 8, a plumber fixes the pipes. A plumber fixes the pipes. There you go. I hope you did well on that. If not, That is fine too. That's what these review sessions are for. The more you repeat the words in your mind, the quicker you will learn them, and they will just be there forever. All right, get out your Step Forward book. We're going to do this one first. So turn to page 102, like the previous slide said. We're going to go over 10 parts of the body. You have a picture here of a woman riding a motorcycle. So let's go ahead and start. Number 1, head. This whole area is called head. H-E-A-D. Head. Remember to repeat after me. Head. All right. Number 2, we're going to zero in on her face. And this right here is her eye. Eye. E-Y-E. Eye. Now that is pronounced just like the letter I, but there are no I's in that word. So you're just going to have to remember that I is E-Y-E. Hopefully that won't be difficult. Number 3, we hear from our ears. Ear. E-A-R. Ear. Ear. Right. Number 4, right here. Nose. Nose. N-O-S-E. Nose. Nose. Right, so eye, ear, nose. Number 5, arm. This right here, this whole thing, arm. A-R-M. Arm. Arm. Number 6, stomach. Right here, this area. Stomach. S-T-O-M-A-C-H. Stomach. Stomach. Now, you may notice it ends with a C-H, but we do not pronounce it ch like usual, like church. It's just pronounced like a K, stomach. Number 7, right here on the handlebars, she's gripping it with her hand. Hand. H-A-N-D. Hand. Hand. Okay, number 8, right here, this whole thing is called a leg. Leg. L-E-G. Leg. Leg. Number 9, foot. Right here. Foot. F-O-O-T. Foot. Foot. And number 10, right here, is her back on the other side of her stomach. Her stomach is here. On the other side of her body is her back. B-A-C-K. Back. Back. All right, now if you go to your Foundations book, they have those exact 10 words plus 2 more. So I'm not going to go over the words a second time, but you can see here on page 144 that they have a man and a woman, and they're going through their body parts as well. The 2 extra ones that they have are number 5, neck. So here you have her head, her eye, her ear, her nose, and then they include her neck. N-E-C-K. Neck. Neck. So it's this area right here. And I'm just going to name a body part that is not on either of them, but it is the mouth. The mouth. So we see through our eyes, we hear through our ears, we smell through our nose, and we talk through our mouth. Right? And the other one that this book has is finger, number 10. You have your hand, your whole hand, H-A-N-D, right here, and then one little digit is called a finger. F-I-N-G-E-R. Finger. So here's your hand, here's your finger. Hand, finger. All right, so that's the 12 or 13 words, including mouth, that we're going to discuss today. All right. Okay, I'm going to mix them all up and see how much you remember. Ready? Okay, I'm going to hold something up to the screen and you tell me which body part that is. Ready? I'll start with an easy one. What is this? Hand. Hand. You use your hand to wave. Wave goodbye. Wave hello. Okay, hand. This one might be a little tricky. Ear. Ear. You have 2 ears and you hear sounds with your ears. Hear with your ears. All right, ready? What is this one? Leg. Leg. You walk with your legs. Leg. Do you remember this one? Ah, they're so small, I keep falling, sorry. Foot. Foot. You walk on your feet too. You put shoes on your feet. Foot. 1 is foot, 2 is feet. All right, what about this one? This is the one I added to our book. Do you remember what I said? Mouth. Mouth. So you talk with your mouth. Mouth. What about this one? The area under your head. Neck. Neck. Do you remember this? Eye. Eye. Here we go. Here's another one. Nose. Nose. You smell with your nose. How about this one? finger, finger. Let's see, oh, here we go. Or actually, it probably should be this way, huh? It's probably flexing. Arm, arm. I have 2 arms. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 new words that are not in your book, but are here. One of them is this. It's called hair. I think most of you knew hair, but H-A-I-R, hair. And the other one I did mention, but I did not spell out. Oh, now I lost it. Just a second. Bear with me. Here we go. It's here somewhere. Does anyone know what this is called? What is this? This whole thing is face. So you have your head. All of this is your head, above your neck. Head. But right here, face. So head, everything. Face. Chin. Face. Okay? F-A-C-E. Face. So this is the face. Just one more time. So hopefully you did good on that little game. Now let's move on to spelling the words. This activity is on page 103 in the red book in Step Forward. So turn to page 103 in the red book. If you do not have the red book, that's okay. You can still write English. I want you to practice writing English as much as you can. So if you have the book, write the words and the letters in the book. If you do not have the book at home, write the letters and the words on a piece of paper. So book or paper is fine. The important thing is to practice writing. The more English you practice, and the more different ways you practice English, speaking, reading, writing, listening, then the easier it will be to learn English and the faster you will learn English. Okay, let's dive in. Number 1 is done for us. H-E-A-D, head. Number 2, what letter goes there? What letter goes in the blank? It's up here. R. E-A-R. Ear. We hear with our ears. Number 3. Number 3. What letter is missing? E. I. E-Y-E. We see with our eyes. Number 4. Fill in the blank. What letters are missing? N-O-S-E. Nose. We smell with our nose. Number 5. Hand. H-A-N-D. Hand. We touch with our hands. And we write with our hands. Number 6. What letter is missing? M. Arm. A-R-M. Number 7. What letter is missing? What letters? S-T-O-M-A-C-H. Stomach. We eat with our mouth, and our food goes down to our stomach. 8. Back. B-A-C-K. Number 9. F-O-O-T. Foot. We walk with our feet. Remember, 1 is foot, 2 is feet. So humans have 2 feet, dogs have 4 feet. Number 10. L-E-G. Leg. Leg. Okay, now we are doing an activity that combines what we learned in our clothes lesson with what we learned today. As you see on this side, I have pictures of clothes, pieces of clothing. So you will say, I put this piece of clothing on my body part. So I did not put pictures of the body parts because I want you to know the words, to recognize the words when you see them. Let's see how much you remember about clothes. Do you remember this? What is this? What do we call these? Gloves. That was a pair of gloves. So if we want to complete this sentence and fill in the blanks, we say, I put gloves on my hands. Repeat after me. I put gloves on my hands. Okay, next item of clothing, right here. Do you remember what this is? Shoes. I put shoes on my feet. Repeat after me. I put shoes on my feet. Next piece of clothing. Do you remember what this is? We called it a cap or a hat. I put a hat on my head. Repeat after me. I put a hat on my head. Okay, number 4. What are these? I put pants on my legs. Repeat after me. I put pants on my legs. Okay, and last one. I think you know what this is, though we did not talk about it in class during the clothing lesson. I think everyone knows what a mask is at this point, right? So I put a mask on my mouth and nose. I put a mask on my mouth and nose. Good? Okay, another combo of an earlier lesson with this one. Do you remember these words? They're called prepositions, and they describe where one thing is in relation to another. So we used these words a lot in our lesson about the house, our 2 lessons. So this is just a review of these 7 words. The yellow box is in the black box, inside, in. The red block is on the black box, on or on top of. They're touching. The red block is by the black box, or next to is another word we use. Down here, the red block is over the black line. If you notice, they are not touching, like in on, over. Here, the yellow block is under the black line. And here, the red block is between 2 black lines. So hopefully those are familiar to you from those 2 lessons on the house. Now we are going to use those words to fill in the blanks to describe where on the body these parts are. So for reference, I used the 2 pictures we have seen already from Step Forward. That's just for reference. See if you can fill in the blank with me with one of those 6 words. My nose is blank my eyes. Where on my face is my nose? Well, if you remember, it's right here. So here's the nose. How do we describe the nose in relation to the eyes, which are right here? So nose and eyes. Repeat after me. My nose is between my eyes. Okay, the next one. My ears are blank my head. Here's an ear. There's her ears on the side. So, on. My ears are on my head. They are touching, they're attached to my head. My ears are on my head. Next one. My neck is blank my head. Do you remember neck? That's from the other book, but still we have two necks here, right there and right there. My neck is under my head. My neck is under my head. Next one, my finger is blank my hand. Here's her fingers gripping her handlebar. My finger is on my hand. It's touching, it's attached. I have 4 fingers on my hand and 1 thumb. My finger is on my hand. Next one, my stomach is blank my body. So this is a tricky one because even though they both show the stomach, it is kind of weird. Your stomach is inside your body, not on top of it. Your stomach is in your body. So repeat after me. My stomach is in my body. It is an organ. So it's not on top of your body, it's inside. Okay, next one. My arms are blank my legs. In both of these pictures, you have your leg and then your arm. Leg and then arm. So how would we describe these pictures? Where are the arms? My arms are over my legs. So both of these people would say, my arms are over my legs. If you are standing up straight, you could still say that. I mean, that technically is correct, but I would probably say, my arms are above my legs. Above is another way to say over. But in these two pictures, the arms are actually extended out over the legs. And then the last one, my foot is blank my leg. So we can't see her feet here, so look at this foot. This foot is next to my leg. My foot is next to my leg. I hope that was a good review for you. It's always good to combine the lessons and use these words in a different way so it all comes together. Next week, we will study what happens when you visit the doctor. So we are going to talk about a few phrases now that involve our body parts that you might need if you go to the doctor. One of the most common phrases you will hear at the doctor office is, tell me where it hurts. You have a pain in your side or in your head or in your throat and around your neck. That's a common one. And you need the doctor to heal you. So he says, tell me where it hurts so I can figure out what is wrong with you, how you are sick. Okay, my husband and I will go through this conversation with you. Let's practice together. You can turn to page 147 in the Foundations book. So 147 in the Foundations book. I'm just giving you a little bit of time to get there. Page 147, Foundations book. All right, I will be person A. I will say, "What's the matter?" You will repeat. Then my husband will say, "My blank hurts." We'll go through all of these body parts together. So you repeat after me when I read person A's line, and you repeat after Andrew when he reads part B, person B's line. Okay, ready? Number 1, what's the matter? Repeat.
My head hurts.
Repeat. Number 2, what's the matter?
My eye hurts.
Number 3, what's the matter?
My ear hurts.
Number 4, what's the matter?
My nose hurts.
Number 5, what's the matter?
My neck hurts.
Number 6, what's the matter?
My back hurts.
Number 7, what's the matter?
My stomach hurts.
Number 8, what's the matter?
My arm hurts.
Number 9, what's the matter?
My hand hurts.
Number 10, what's the matter?
My finger hurts.
Number 11, what's the matter?
My leg hurts.
Number 12, what's the matter?
My foot hurts.
Okay, very good. I hope you repeated after us each time we paused. Remember that what's is a contraction for what is. So what is the matter is what we were discussing. A common phrase that your doctor will ask you when you visit is, "What's the matter?" Here is our homework for next week that you can do later in this week. It is 1 page and it is on the body. Here, just like we did during our class, fill in the blanks to name the body part in the picture. And down here is a registration form. You fill in your name, your address, your phone number, and some other information. And then answer the questions down here, yes or no, depending on what you find on the registration form. When you go to the doctor, this is the kind of form that you will need to fill out. So hopefully that will get you prepared for next week's lesson and review this week's. Okay, that's our lesson for today. Remember to thank God for your health, for your body. Next week, we will go over what happens when we do get sick. When we get sick, we go to the doctor. So we will discuss a doctor visit next week. All right? I hope you have a good week. See you next week.